Yeah, you know I'm on my, hey, you know I'm on my, hey, you know I'm on my, hey, hey, yeah, I don't never lose, nah, all I do is win, hey, I don't never lose, yeah, all I do is win, hey, this week on earth, 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 hey.
Welcome back to This Week on Earth. This week we are doing a March Madness special in honor of the tournament. It's been a great tournament for sure.
In honor of the Tarheels.
Not in honor of the Tar Heels, but in honor of the tournament. And the Tar Heels are in it and they're doing very well. So anyway, we're looking to do the best college basketball players of all time. And that is a very difficult topic, because the question I have for everybody is, do you go, I mean, I know it's all time, but obviously there's some recency bias there. And then you have the legends, and obviously they should be on the list. But that being said, I didn't watch, I didn't see them play. Although there are some that you see the stats and you're like, yeah, that's a bad ass dude, And then there are some that are like, yeah, they're good, but I can match it up with somebody of today's time. And I'm just curious how y'all went on that.
I did college only. I mean, if they end up being good in NBA, so what? But I'm going strictly off of from the time they entered college to the time they left.
I don't know many recent players.
Yeah, I feel you. We'll get to it. Like Jimmy said, you'll have to find it out. I just went with a mix for mine. Like
I would say mine's a mix. I was gonna say me and Jimmy's would probably be, since we're Duke and UNC fans, I can see where we're gonna be throwing players that probably just heavy on those teams and probably wouldn't be considered greatest college players of all time.
You could literally make a list with those teams. So
right.
Yeah,
ain't no doubt about it. All right. The draft order is Gage, myself, Sturge, Bauer, and Nick. Before we get to that, I will announce the votes for last week's show on cartoons. And the votes were as follows. In last place, in fifth, no ties this time, we have Bauer with 4 votes, 4 solid. And 5 if you count the one that he tried to vote for himself. In fourth place, we have Nick with 6. Third place, we have Sturge with 8. And second place is Gage with 9 votes. And from worst to first, you did not like my cereals, but I digress. I got 19 votes.
Dang.
Thank you very much. Blew them out. Had to do it. I did have a very solid cartoon list. The more I looked at it, I was like, yeah, that's a good list.
I'm actually surprised I got second, to be honest. I didn't really see that many votes. But I was looking at all the votes and I didn't see a whole lot. I thought Jimmy had more than I did.
Yeah, I mean, I should have.
Let me just say that Jimmy said that he was going to, I can't remember the exact terminology, so I'm paraphrasing here, but he was going to tear us up. And
I feel like I did. You have more friends list. It wasn't, that was a friends list thing going on.
They all know it, and they don't really like me. So the only people that like me are right here. So it's all good.
Sounds like there's about 8 people with some sense out there.
Yeah, you might be right. And they all voted for Gage, and that other one just was the random one. Just kidding. But yeah, I blew y'all out. It felt very good to go from having hardly any votes to having a whole lot of. So Congratulations to me. Thank you very much. I'm the winner. I'll be back next week. All right, here we go. All right, for the first pick, we have Gage, college basketball players of all time. Let's hear it.
All right. My first pick is somebody I did not get to watch, but I've seen documentaries and he was just a legend. Lou Alcindor, Mr. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Yep. Excellent.
Legend
pick.
of the game.
Yep, absolutely. He averaged 26 points and 15 rebounds, and he was a 3-time champion.
Yeah.
That's
just
hard to
insane.
argue with, for sure.
Did you write down stats?
I did for some of them.
Yeah, like
I did for some because some you kind of got to know the stats because, like he said, we didn't watch him play. So some you have to kind of know what was going on. All right, for the second pick, I'm also going to go old school. I'm going to go with Oscar Robinson. He averaged 33 points, 15 rebounds, and 5 assists in college, and that's just amazing to me.
Yeah.
insane numbers.
Yeah. My bad, I'm fighting a cat. Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, those are insane. For a college, I mean, nowadays you don't ever see, which I think, they have deeper benches nowadays as well, and the competition is a little more
Shoot.
stiff as well, for sure.
Jimmy, how many points did the bench score last night for North Carolina?
Not many.
It was 2 with going into like 4
Yeah,
minutes into the
not many.
second half. So their starters played the whole game.
Yeah.
UNC's bench could have probably beat Oscar Robertson's team, though. Just saying. It's a difference in the time, but it still has to be respected.
All right. So it's on me, huh? For the third pick.
Yep.
And I don't know how this happened. I never would have thought this happened, but we're talking about UNC. So we're going to talk about the GOAT, and we're going with Jordan.
Yeah, that's a good pick. You thought he should be higher
Yeah.
in
But
college?
I mean, that's just
College.
that's personal bias. I mean, he's the GOAT, dude. Yeah.
Yeah.
UCLA with Kareem during that time. I don't know.
Yeah.
That was a
Well, I mean,
dynasty.
There are more players on that specific UNC lineup that could also be considered as, top college players of all time for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, I doubt any of them are on y'all's list, but
Jordan was on my list.
For sure. He was on my list. but
I
not
just
that
didn't
high.
have him higher than
In college, speaking. Now,
yeah.
NBA
There's going
would
to
be
be
a
some
different
personal bias
discussion.
in this list too.
Okay.
Absolutely.
I know
totally
I've got a
understand
pick that nobody else is going to take, so it's fine.
Maybe.
Oh yeah.
You might be right. All right. We're on Bauer.
So just based off of his accolades he had phenomenal stats coming in as a freshman. Played, I think based on what I just saw, I've had him on my list, but I got his stats. Only didn't start 2 games. Mr. Tim Duncan.
Yeah.
Great pick.
He got dreads now too. Swag,
Yep.
though.
He living his life, boy.
Timmy
Yeah,
D.
he's definitely on my list for
Yeah.
sure.
Timmy
Yeah.
Duncan with the
Oh, Wake Forest, boy, old Demon Deacon.
Yep.
Yeah.
For sure.
Shouts out to Winston Salem right down the road.
Yeah. Tim is a beast, man. He's one of my favorite players all time.
For sure.
You got to
Yeah.
respect it. For sure.
Legend.
All right, Nick, you got back-to-backs, my friend.
I'm gonna go with my first pick. These two are just gonna be personal. My first pick, just because there was a time in my life where I was very inspired by sports documentaries, and I stumbled across this dude, and his story's crazy. It's sad. I made a song named after him. He was supposed to be better than Michael.
Yeah. He was definitely one of the greatest college players.
So I'm gonna say Lynn Byers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Snag that one from me.
We'll never know.
Yeah.
True potential. It's a sad story for sure.
With the second pick, the
Second
Boston
pick.
Celtics select Len Bias from the
Yeah.
University of Maryland.
I thought you were talking about my second pick. My second pick, I'm gonna keep it personal again and go with Steph at Davidson.
Yeah.
Yes.
Nasty.
What
If-
he did.
If we were talking specifically about tournament performances,
Yeah.
it's hard to leave him out of that top 5. I mean, that I can think of. I mean, dude was just killing.
Yeah. He
For
put on
sure.
a show every single night. Was going on.
A fun show to watch. I remember watching them games, boy.
He's still one of the greatest shows to watch.
If you're
to this
watching-
day.
Come be a guest.
Yeah, please. If Michael Jordan's watching as well, or Tim Duncan, we'll take you too. Or Lou, or Kareem, whatever, Oscar. Hey, all y'all come on out. We'll put y'all on at one time. Hell,
Put y'all on the map.
matter of fact, y'all can just take the show over and we'll just watch.
Will help boost y'all's career.
Yeah, right. Yeah. All right, Bowers, back on you, buddy.
So not to step any boundaries with the current game that was played last night. I'm not a fan of either, but there was a particular Duke player that did great, and then he went to shine in a NBA team that I particularly follow, Mr. Shane Battier.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was a beast for Duke.
He was one of those guys too that was like, he's not gonna fill the stat sheet and be like super impressive on the stat sheet, but he's gonna win you some ball games, bro.
And last minute, he's going to get you
Play
a
some
steal and make
great
a bucket.
defense. Yeah, I mean, like he's just a game changer and had a great career for sure.
He gave Miami some good last couple of minutes in games.
Absolutely. He had a great NBA career too.
He was a cheat
For
code
sure.
on 2K13.
Yeah. Yeah, that's my boy. I like old Shane. All right,
All right,
Serge.
This is my second pick, and I'm going to go ahead and break it out. This is the one that I didn't think anybody was going to pick, but this is a recent player, and hasn't done a whole lot in the NBA, but one of my favorite players to watch ever, hands down, Mr. Psycho T, Tyler Hansbrough.
On my
Bro,
list, 100%.
amazing.
I was hoping you would say him. He deserves to be here. Tyler Hansbrough was an animal.
He was a monster.
sure.
Dude. I absolutely loved watching that dude play. It was
Yeah.
great.
I'm no UNC fan. I'm not a Duke fan either, but I'm particularly happy that he won a championship. Looking back on it, at the time, I probably wasn't so pleased because I remember him in the ACC tournament. I think it was that same year he won. They beat Tech, and Tech had a good team. That was when they had Deron Washington and Xavier Dowdell and all them. And he made a and one or something and pumped his fist all big, and that was like the picture they showed the rest of the time. And I just remember hating him in that moment. But dude was a beast, and he was almost always the best player on the court.
Yeah.
I mean, he was very good, no doubt. Deserves to be on it.
Yeah, I agree. I'm a Duke fan, and I definitely think he deserves to be here.
All right, this is somebody I'm probably going to steal from Gage, I would say, because he's a Dookie. And he deserves to be on here. Everybody hates him. It's not who you think it is. It's Christian Laettner.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't know who it is.
Oh, yeah.
Christian Laettner.
Yep. Great college player.
Yes, he was.
And that's a good documentary to watch too. 30 for 30. Yes,
Yeah, I
30
watched
for
that
30.
one as well.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
But man, he was nice for sure.
You definitely did steal that because that's who I was going to say next, actually.
It's a great pick. Yeah, when you think college basketball, he's on the list. Back on you.
Back to back.
Yep.
All right. I'm just going to pick the Duke player just because I watched him play. Bauer was just signaling a second ago. The shooter, JJ Redick.
Yeah.
Dang it. How
That's
did you
just
do
a
that?
personal favorite. He might not be considered one of the greatest basketball.
Also a
like,
hometown area guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
From
Pretty
our
awesome.
area. And then my second one, I'm gonna go with the UNLV star Larry Johnson.
Yeah. Those UNLV teams,
Yeah.
it's hard to believe that they were so good because now, you know, you don't ever see anything from them, but they were a top program for many, many years. And he was part of the reason why he was a beast,
Yeah.
for sure. All right. So it's back on me. I think I'm going to go more current, one that I got to watch play and that I was just amazed with. And this is probably taking one of Gage's picks too, because his favorite player is Kevin Durant. He was just nasty in college.
Texas.
Yeah.
If he would have had a better team, they would have really done something. I mean, he probably just needed one or two more key pieces, but he was kind of like the one man show out there and just balling for sure. He was a baller. All right, Sturge.
All right, so not a UNC player, but one of my favorite players, to play. And he was a unit in college as well. Played at LSU, Mr. Shaquille O'Neal,
That was my freaking pick.
the Shactus.
It's hard to believe that Christian Laettner outdid Shaq in college, but
Yeah.
it's part of that documentary. But put him in the NBA.
Yeah.
It don't go so well.
Yeah. That's because
Shaq's
Shaq
a
gained
monster.
about another 80 pounds
Yeah.
after he got to the NBA.
At least on paper. Yeah, for sure. Nasty.
All right. So this is a more recent player who was completely and utterly dominant in his year at Kentucky. Anthony Davis, the Brown.
Yes, he was.
Yeah, for
Averaging like what 3 some blocks a game there. Just going off.
sure. Fun fact, I just saw this. He was 7th on that team in usage rate, meaning offensively.
But look at that team they had.
I know. But obviously
Nerlens
he was
Noel was on that team.
he was a
It was
defensive
a squad.
force, but I mean, they just at the time you could tell he just had so much further to go, and you knew he was going to get there. But monster,
4.7 blocks a game that
Yeah,
season.
That's insane.
yeah. But to think what I mean by that is it's not a knock on him, but to think how far he's come in his offensive game, or at least go to the NBA and be a number one option on a team. He has been. It's just kind of remarkable that he was that defensive guy there, and they were like, "No, you're going to be our defensive guy. We've got 6 other guys on offense that'll get the ball more than you." But then he goes to the NBA and is just shining for sure.
Yeah.
If he could stay healthy, man, it'd be crazy.
We got Nick with back-to-backs now.
Back to backs, 3 and 4.
I'm gonna go with Carmelo Anthony.
I loved watching him.
Yeah, that was a fun team too.
He was probably my favorite player to watch in college. I really enjoyed watching him at Syracuse. Nasty.
And then, see, just because I don't watch, my list ain't gonna be that good, I think. So personal again, when I had this NCAA basketball game, and I was playing with this dude, and I did not even know who it was till Polo told me. Chris Paul. Did he go to Wake Forest?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So Chris Paul.
Yep.
Because he was nasty on that game.
He was nasty.
Yeah, he was
he was just-
nasty in real life.
And shoot, 20 years later, he's still nasty. I
yeah.
don't know how many years it's actually been, but
I just didn't know if he had like an outstanding college career.
I got to
No,
go.
he did.
Yeah, I got to go to a couple Wake Forest games and like watch him play.
yeah, that's cool for sure. That's a good pick.
Yep, it is. All right, Bauer.
So I think this is just from an aspect of shoot. I don't know if I want to go with that one or not, honestly, because he didn't he just had kind of like a burst of fun. Yeah, I'm not gonna go with him. I'm gonna go.
Done talked himself out of it.
Yeah, shoot.
Stressing.
You got him flustered. Put this in the video.
I mean, I'm just trying to, because y'all got really good picks. Like I've got 2 picks left and just sitting here flutter kicking. Shut up, man.
Yeah.
We used to say, okay.
30 seconds. You never see what happens after that.
Like your Bauer about to turn on auto draft.
Yeah. Oh man.
I mean, shoot. I don't know, man. Okay, Blake Griffin. I'll frick it.
That's a good pick.
Yeah,
He's on my list.
Blake was very strong.
Ain't nothing wrong with that pick.
He wasn't the pick that I was talking about, but he was on my list. I didn't know if I
Was
wanted
you about
put
to
him
say
out.
your favorite?
No,
The guy that you started following that college team for?
no. Because he didn't do that great in college.
All
Well,
right,
that's a great pick. Blake Griffin was a monster.
I've got my mind made up on my 4th pick, and it is somebody who just had like this one magical run in the postseason. And I liked him because he was really good. He did, he played, he did all kinds of things. And he looked like the last person that would get picked in a pickup game.
Did he play
And
for the
Adam-
Bobcats?
No, he played for Gonzaga, and his name is Adam Morrison.
Heck
And then
yeah.
he
He
went
was
to the
like-
Bobcats to play in the NBA.
Oh,
That's what I
I
was
got
talking
you.
about. Yeah.
I had no idea who he went to in the NBA.
Yeah.
My bad.
No, he was a beast.
Yeah, he was fun to watch. So he
He
just
had the
yeah.
little
slamming the
stash.
ball into his forehead during
Yeah,
the
man.
tournament. Like,
See the guy with the mustache?
yeah,
Mhm. I thought for sure he was going to be decent in the NBA.
yeah.
That lasted all of like 2 years, and he was like, "Nope, this ain't working."
I'm kind of surprised that all y'all, like some of y'all, may have had him on your list.
Yeah, I did, because
Yeah,
I
he was
remember-
on there.
that's one I specifically remember watching and being like,
I
"Damn,
Right.
typed in Gonzaga player. That's all I know.
That's all you remember?
I typed in Gonzaga Adam. That's what I typed
Yeah.
in. I forgot his last name.
yeah, he was good for sure."
Just remember seeing him on the team.
All right, so it's on me again. I'm going old school again. I could really empty it out with old school.
Yeah.
This dude is just a freak of nature for sure, and just like a once in a generation type of talent, and he's old school, and that's kind of crazy.
Vote for me.
It's Ralph Sampson.
Yeah, UVA.
Yeah, he was a 3-time NCAA Player of the Year. 3 consecutive years he won that.
Yeah, he was a
award.
beast.
Yeah, big old boy with a
to
pretty
back,
yeah,
right?
finesse game, boy. Yeah, back to back for you.
Back to back. All right. I'm going to go with arguably the greatest Duke player, Grant Hill.
Yeah.
I think if he didn't get injured, he could have been something really great personally. And then for my last pick, I think I'm going to do the old guy and go with Magic Johnson. He got him a championship. you
Yeah.
know. Great point guard, put him with Lou Alcindor on my team, and we got the Showtime Lakers, part of the Showtime Lakers on my squad right there.
Yeah, you got a squad for sure. Yeah, you could actually make a squad with that for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's gangsta, and I'm gonna make mine to where I can make a squad with mine too. And all I'm missing is a shooting guard, and I've got one. And speaking of crazy runs, this dude didn't just have a crazy run in the tournament. He had a crazy run in a year, and he scored 28 points per game. And speaking of people you would never really expect, like maybe not the last guy you would think it is, but he was one that you'd look at and be like, nah, he can't ball. Is Jimmer Fredette.
I knew it.
That's
Yeah,
who, that was the
Jimmer.
that was the postseason person that I didn't want to call out because he had that great run in the postseason, and he is a sharp shooter from
He
hell.
had a great season, period. That dude
Yeah.
was a shoot, and he's still overseas or in the G League 1 and just lighting it up. I remember the last time I saw some news about him, he scored like 54 in a game. Dude is a shooter.
Yeah, that's who I was going to name before I paused for 35 minutes.
Yeah.
All right. So with my last pick, I'm gonna go semi old school, somebody who had a really good college career and a really good NBA career as well. But Patrick Ewing
Yep.
from Georgetown.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's a big name.
I got, I'm also 2 out of 5 on Space Jam here. So
Yeah.
better watch out.
Yeah, that's true. Very true. All right, Bauer. Good luck to you.
Thanks. I've already got it. With one of the most nasty buzzer beaters I've seen in a long time against Pittsburgh in 2011, winning the championship with UConn that year, Cardiac Kemba.
Is there? I feel like
He was fun to watch too. That was a fun
Dude, he
tournament.
hit that last year when he was there, when they won, his stats were wild.
yeah, and I feel like when I think about like great game winners in college, that's the
Mhm.
one that comes to my mind every time. And I remember watching that. He kind of, this might be a hot take, but he kind of started the step back a little bit because that step back he had right there was nasty.
Yeah, he was
got
quick.
like 5 foot of separation on that. That was a nasty play for sure.
Fun fact, if you sit behind his mother in Charlotte and you're not wearing, well, when he was in Charlotte, if you were not wearing their colors, she wouldn't let you talk to them at
Yeah,
all. She's mad, big mad.
yeah, that is a fun fact. We did sit right behind Kemba's mom, and she talked a lot of shit. for
Shout out to
sure.
Darius for those tickets, by the way.
Yeah. And Bauer booed him while he was at the free throw line or something. And she said, "Boo you." She was all up in his face like, "You ain't gonna sit right here." We were literally 3 rows behind the Charlotte bench wearing Miami Heat jerseys.
Nice.
Yeah. So we were not the most liked characters there in like the family section. I'm pretty sure Frank Kaminsky's grandparents were right in front of us as well. But we had a good time.
That was a fun game.
Yeah, we had a good time for sure. Those were like VIP seats too. We had the Crown Club they had like a buffet in there. We could just walk in there and eat. Expensive tickets, but well worth it. Great experience.
Unlimited beer, if that's something you're into.
Yeah. Yeah, it was wild.
Tunes
right,
with the
Nick.
last pick.
Yep. And it's strong.
I'm gonna go with. Thought somebody's behind
But
me.
he's
Paranoid.
about to make a special guest appearance or something. Like,
They're waving again.
gonna walk out from behind the curtain. Your last pick.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with Wilt Chamberlain.
Nasty. He was gonna be a definite honorable mention for me.
I don't even know if I have a starting 5, but if I
Well, it's really not about that in this one.
I'm pretty sure you do. You said what? Stefan, Len Bias.
Oh yeah, he does.
Wilt,
Carmelo,
Carmelo, small forward. Yep.
Chris
Who was
Paul.
the last one?
Chris
Oh,
Paul,
you
and
got-
Wilt. Yeah.
You can.
I got a
you can
starting
make a
5.
lineup. Yeah, you can make a lineup.
Carmelo at the 4, Len at the 3, and then Steph and Chris Paul. You can kind of flip a coin. And actually, I put Chris Paul at the 1 and Steph at the 2. And yeah.
Yeah.
I got a couple honorable mentions.
Yeah, I do too. We can go around.
Yeah,
Let
Nick,
everybody
Nick,
say
you go
one.
first if you have any honorable mentions.
Hey,
Yeah.
The Hoyas.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
should have picked him instead of Chris Paul.
Now, Chris Paul's a good pick.
Yeah, that's a good
Yeah.
pick.
I like AI better.
I'm just
I
gonna
feel you.
shout out. I'm gonna shout out 2 people. They're both from UNC. One of them is Vince Carter because he was, one of the most electrifying dunkers in college, if nothing
Absolutely.
else. And my personal favorite, other than Tyler Hansbrough, probably my other favorite Carolina Tar Heel is Ty Lawson.
Yeah.
He was very good at UNC.
Fun to watch.
Yeah.
Did he play with Tyler Hansbrough?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good team. for sure. All right, Bauer, you got any? No.
All right, I got.
Oh, shout out to Aaron Gordon. Shout out to Aaron Gordon.
And all the other unnamed Arizona Wildcats.
I got two as well. I think since Lou Alcindor was on my list, Bill Walton deserves to
Yeah.
be on that list
He
because he
does.
also won the championships.
Mhm.
And I want to throw one of the Fab Five on there. I would say Chris Webber was probably the best out of the Fab Five, so I
Yeah.
gotta say him. But I hate his two mistakes in
Timeout though.
in
Hold on.
March Madness.
I'm not gonna mention
Timeout.
Oh wait, we don't have any timeout. Yeah.
Oh, I want my second.
That
Sorry
shouldn't-
about that. Indiana State, Larry Bird.
Yeah, Larry Bird's
Yes.
got to be on the list.
I don't know how
Yes.
I missed him. He was literally second on my list, and I didn't pick him.
Yeah, I was surprised nobody said him after I said Magic because they played each other in the championship.
Yeah, I went with Jimmer Fredette instead of Larry Bird, and for that, I should be revoked.
That's
from
okay.
my basketball fandom.
That's okay.
Yeah, I didn't get to see Larry play, but God knows what he did to them boys in college. If he
Yeah.
could get in the heads of
Yeah.
full-grown men in the NBA, I know that he was really messing some people up in college. My honorable mentions. Y'all said a lot of mine for sure. Yeah, actually, every person on my list got selected.
Nice.
Every single one. But I do have one honorable mention in my honorable mentions list, and that's Draymond Green at Michigan State. Did you know that Draymond scored 16 points per game? And this is somebody who scores like 2 in the NBA. This kind of just puts in
That's
perspective.
because he sacrifices. Yep.
Yeah, I mean, it kind of puts in perspective. He sacrifices, but he's just not that great of a scorer in the NBA. And it's just the difference in college ball and NBA ball is so
Yeah.
big. Like you think about it, I don't know what the percentage is of players from college in D1 even, that go to the NBA. It's extremely small. But he averaged 16 and 11. And he has the 5th all-time in NCAA career best plus minus in the box sheet. So that's kind of crazy. That's a crazy stat.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, he had a really good college career for sure, and a good tournament run. I don't think that they won it, but he did. He had a good year for sure. That's my honorable mention. I don't have anybody else besides Deron Washington and Xavier Dowdell and Jeff Allen and that squad. Malcolm.
I'm glad
Delaney.
you named a UVA player, actually. That Ralph Sampson,
Yeah,
that was a good one. I like that one.
yeah. Some of the more recent UVA players, for real. Kyle Guy had a great career. I don't know that he deserves to be on the list, but
Jesus, he looks crazy down in Miami right now. He needs
Yeah,
to get a
no,
haircut.
old hippie. But yeah, let me go over these lists real quick. Gage with the number 1 pick had Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, for those who don't know. JJ Redick, Larry Johnson, Grant Hill, and Magic Johnson.
Whew, he got a squad.
You got Johnson and Johnson. I went second. I had Oscar Robertson, Christian Laettner, Kevin Durant, Ralph Sampson, and Jimmer Fredette. Sturge went third. He had Michael Jordan, Tyler Hansbrough, Shaquille O'Neal, Adam Morrison, and Patrick Ewing. Squad. Yeah.
Big
I
boys.
mean, he had a
too.
bunch of trees. Yeah.
Yeah. Patrick and
He got a big
Shaq down
squad.
in the paint.
He would have to have shooting guard Adam Morrison and Tyler Hansbrough playing the 3. And yeah, that would be
That's
interesting to see. Yeah. Good luck scoring any paint points.
I would probably put Patrick Ewing at the 3, to be honest, because he can probably shoot better than Hansbrough.
Yeah. I don't know. Tyler Hansbrough, if we're talking college, he could take over a game no matter where you put him, probably. I mean, I ain't gonna run him at the point or nothing, but Bauer went 4th. He had old Timmy Duncan, Shane Battier, Anthony Davis, Blake Griffin, and Kemba Walker. It's a good squad. And Nick, who claims he knows nothing about basketball, college basketball, had Lynn Bias. And for those who don't know who Lynn Bias is, watch a documentary or something. Dude was a monster. I mean, I feel like he's not a household name or anything, but people should know who he was and respect that. Because, I mean, when you hear some of the stories about when he passed and how Larry Bird was sending him flowers, like
Michael Jordan sent him Perionis.
Right? Yeah, like he made a huge impact before he even got to do anything. So
Yeah.
President
he
Reagan
could have
sent him some
been
flowers.
Yeah, I mean, he could have been. Who knows? I mean, he could have been better, but
Died draft night.
yeah, crazy. Anyway, Lynn Bias, Stephen Curry, and for those that don't know, Stephen Curry is this basketball player that I'm just kidding.
Just kidding.
Carmelo Anthony, Chris Paul, and Wilt Chamberlain. Very solid. Very solid for someone who says, "I don't know what I'm doing out here."
Yeah.
Yeah, that's interesting. And it's funny because a lot of those you can actually take them and make lineups besides maybe Sturgis and Bowers, but you can make it work.
Yeah.
But honestly, college Blake Griffin, you could put him at the 3 easy for sure. I mean, he was just an athlete jumping out the gym. And yeah, pretty interesting. I think it could go any route for sure. I don't have a winner.
Yeah.
Hopefully people do. I'll be interested to see. Like and
First
subscribe.
comment.
Yeah, like and subscribe.
Something for the comments. People that did not go to college that ended up being great basketball players, where do you think they would have went to school? People that got drafted straight out of high school.
Yeah. LeBron has said that he would go to Ohio State for sure.
I would have
which
loved
to me
to
is
seen
random.
Kobe play for Coach K.
Yeah, and that's probably where he would have went.
Yeah.
That would be interesting to see for sure.
Where would Kevin Garnett have went?
Yeah, Kevin Garnett. I mean, there's quite a few of them that went. Yeah, he probably would have went to Ferrum. Hey, old KG at Ferrum. Yeah, in Trollville, just getting down. That would be lit, boy. I'd be
Anything is possible.
Yeah, like, taking Ferrum to the Final Four. Be like, all right, we gotta let him in. I'm sorry, this just can't not let him in. Yeah. Like and subscribe as always.
Hit the notification bell.
Hit the notification bell. Comment your winner. Let us know who we left off that should have been there. We appreciate you watching. We will see you next week on Earth.